Well, here we are again. So, this website here in Singapore, kinderdreams.com.sg, they were nice enough to go out of their way to get me some CandyLab cars. It's just the first one I reviewed was so stained I would have to call it a fail. The thing just looked horrible and I couldn't get those stains out. So I'm a little hesitant to open this box because chances are it's going to be a negative review, but let's hope that it ends up being positive and see if there's any issues or not. Here's the little blurb on this thing. Okay. It meets child safety standards. They're designed in Brooklyn, made in China. But from my experience, people making these in China don't care about anything about quality control. Alright, so your standard size here is, we've got a rubber band sticking down to this box here. So what I have to assume, oh, you know what, that Lincoln didn't have this way of packaging. It was just in a cardboard like thing, and that's what caused it to get all stained on the sides. So this might be their newer packaging, and that would explain why the sides of the card don't have staining or scratches from the cardboard. Okay. So it's called Ghost, but I'm not sure what card it's really supposed to be. It's inspired by something, but I don't know what. CandyLab Redo Collection, and since they're lot number 1708, and I don't know if it's the graphics or the designer, K.O. Helder. I think this is actually the designer at the CandyLab, based on some YouTube videos, but I might be mistaken, so I'm mistaken all the time. Let's get that straight. It's got these candy grip tires, 45-98. I don't know, or 9R. I don't know what the 45 means because there's nothing in here. Looks like it's 45 millimeters. Anyways, the sides are canted, so henceforth the axles have this positive camber. But I think that's supposed to maybe help it roll around obstacles. See? Like, say if there's a pebble on the ground, the wheel would just move in or out to avoid it, maybe? That's the only logical thing, performance-wise. Maybe it's just their styling element. I don't know. Okay, well, yeah, so far, interesting. That's the best I can say, but when I look here, how the black is all splotched like that, and I don't think it was the packaging this time. This is just the Chinese manufacturer's not very good. This printing is just not good, right? It shouldn't be like that. Here, there's not enough black paint. Yeah, there's a lot of splotchiness going on this thing. It's unfortunate. There's also a big scratch maybe right here. Okay, well, going around to the back, it's all painted red. At least that's generally consistent. It's maybe a little, it's really thick. You can even see like a recess there, or like some extra puddling. But it's acceptable, I think, for a wooden toy. Let's see about this side. Now this side's better. There's nothing wrong with this side, really. Yeah, so this is good. The side window's good enough. Maybe a little paint missing there, but that's fine. This is neat, a little pink stripe in there. But yeah, whatever tampo print I'm assuming process they're using, there just wasn't enough paint on the print pad. There's all sorts of white speckles coming through here. See? All this little white speckling. So there wasn't enough paint. It just doesn't look like a good graphic. May have been just too ambitious, maybe. I don't know. I take that back because here it's perfectly fine, right? This whole side is perfectly fine. This is fine. This maybe a little missing there. Yeah, it's just this front end. Maybe they started back here and printed that way. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a roller print or if it's a pad print or what, but clearly on the front end it's just not all black. Alright, well, I guess that's it. The front end is just white. It's an interesting design how the front end is cut inwards. It's so different from all the other ones and very relatively illogical for a car, but I like it because it is so different. You know, so I think the shape of this car is pretty cool, having that inset cutaway, and then these two chamfers. Like this might be vertical, but then it's chamfered here. But essentially, you have 4 different surfaces the way they cut it. Naturally, it would have been nicer if they were more precise. Like it's almost like they may have added filler here. You see all these undulations? So something went awry, I suppose. But I'm willing to accept it. So, yeah, pleasantly, even though this isn't perfect, you gotta remember it's a wooden toy. Yeah, it's kind of an ambitious printing project here. It's really just this area that's not the greatest. But considering how ambitious this print project is, it's actually turned out okay. Let's leave it at that. I believe this little fastener is for like a rubber band for their tow truck to grab onto. And before I forget, it is a rolling toy. That's what it's designed to do. It's solid beechwood. It weighs a decent amount, and that weight allows it to roll. So, sorry, I know I lost focus. I just like the craziness, the design of it. It would have been even cooler though if that pink stripe here met this pink stripe there. But I'm guessing it's not the case. Maybe not. Well, you would think that's the way they would have designed it. But that means this whole thing would have had to shift over further. Which I don't know if that would make sense because here, well, now that misses this one too. If that shifted over that much, this could, now these three would be all, yeah, I think they're just independent. Maybe they should have just had the pink on this side go over that direction so you know it's not supposed to match that. This is just too close to, it makes you wonder if it's misprinted or not, you know? Alright, well anyways, it's nice to have those little elements in this crazy patterning. Since this is a relatively positive review, I will actually show you some of the nicer ones I've gotten. My very first one is the Blue 74. And really, there's nothing wrong with it. So I can't call it perfect because it's still handmade. It's it's not perfect, but this is probably one of the best ones I have as far as its fit and finish goes. So Blue 74 is a good one. And then the Legend one here, again, it's minor imperfections, but nothing majorly wrong. All right, so I'm very happy with these two. So now I have. Well, these two are simply better and fit and finish than this one, but this is acceptable, I think. So, since we have 3 different muscle cars, I wonder if this front end matches that front end. Look at that. So if they have a head-on collision, yeah, that's interesting. Well, I wonder. Now I was thinking maybe they cut one piece of wood to create 2 bodies, but. No, I don't think that would be it because you can't have a saw blade make a turn. Even if it was a coping saw blade, I don't think it'd be possible to make that bend. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyways, that's interesting, the angle there, so it's cool that it matches up with something. Okay, well, I'm actually okay with this, even though it's got problems. I've just seen so much worse from this brand that this one actually kind of makes me happy. It is a pretty crazy tampo printing project on this one, so I'm willing to give it some leeway there. So I'm really happy to have it. I gotta say, I've never seen a car like this in real life. A zebra, digital zebra, or crazy like World War I battleship disruptive camo, that kind of thing. And then such a oddly cut front end. It's funky. That's why I like these things. CandyLab makes some funky vehicles made out of wood. Alright, thank you. We'll see you in the next one. Hopefully the next one will be positive as well.